Welcome back to UK Flix, your home for the most heartwarming, inspirational, and real-life reality TV stories. Today, we are diving into a magnificent, against all odds story that will leave you absolutely speechless. If you've been keeping up with TLC's hit reality show, Jay and Pamela, you already know that stars Jay Manuel and Pamela Chavez have built an unbreakable bond that defies every single obstacle put in front of them. From breaking medical boundaries to overcoming family heartbreak, their journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. And now, their peaceful married life has hit the most joyful milestone yet. About 10 months ago, sweet baby news changed their world forever. Today, we bring you the ultimate news. Jay's wife, Pamela Chavez, has given birth to a healthy baby boy. Plus, wait until you hear about the massive $12,000 gift TLC handed them to celebrate this new chapter. Let's break down this beautiful story step by step. Every great love story has a beginning, and that was long before the cameras rolled for Jay Manuel and Pamela Chavez. Jay was already a prominent name in the entertainment industry and had a flair for fashion and ability to attract attention. But Pamela was known for her modest strength and down-to-earth ways. It wasn't written, it was destiny when their paths collided. TLC noticed something special in their chemistry. The network wanted more than splendor or drama. They wanted the raw, human side of love, marriage, and family. And thus, Jay and Pamela was born. From the first episode, viewers were hooked on their realism. While many reality couples thrive on confrontation, Jay and Pamela provided something else. A relationship built on respect, laughter, and shared objectives. The early episodes were about their lives back then, cooking together, facing problems at work, and helping each other throughout the ups and downs of life. Soon people saw that this was not just another reality show, but a glimpse into a real relationship. Jay's charisma worked so beautifully with Pamela's warmth, and the connection was so relatable and aspirational at the same time. Their connection deepened behind the scenes. Friends often noted that Jay's energy seemed to calm Pamela down, and Pamela's presence seemed to up Jay's confidence. TLC producers said they'd won the jackpot a couple with a love story that could inspire millions. By the conclusion of season 1, they had become more than just entertainment. It showed that true love can happen in the glare of the spotlight. Viewers weren't merely watching a show, they were pulling for a pair that reminded them of the wonder of romance. When Jay and Pamela first premiered, viewers expected yet another reality program full of drama and staged confrontations. What they got was much more real than that, a love story unfolding in real time. Jay Manuel and Pamela Chavez, a couple living with osteogenesis imperfecta, OI, type 3, a rare brittle bone disorder, brought an authenticity to television that few couples ever had. Their chemistry was not forced, it was plain. From the initial episodes, viewers could see how their affection developed among the daily challenges. Jay was born premature, suffered broken bones, and had over 20 surgeries. Pamela's doctors once that she wouldn't survive infancy, but she grew into a woman of amazing resilience. Together, they met life with humor and affection and determination. The on-screen relationship they shared was so warmly accepted by the public, who saw not just a couple, but two people who would not allow limits define them. There were nice moments in the show, too. Pamela laughing at Jay's witty remarks, Jay being there for Pamela during tough hospital visits, and them both doing mundane duties in a creative and team-worked-out way. Their reliance on power, wheelchairs, and adaptable devices was not portrayed as a weakness. It showed their strength and capacity to create a life together in a world not meant for them. Their wedding was a highlight of season 1 and really resonated with viewers. Not only the romance, but also the cultural depth of Pamela's Mexican-American past and Jay's family traditions, TLC said. It was more than a commitment. It was a declaration of love and hope and independence. Fans flocked to social media to lavish them with compliments, calling them relationship goals and praising the show for delivering a level of representation rarely seen in conventional reality TV. Jay and Pamela were praised by critics for steering clear of sensationalism. The series focused on their humanity rather than exploiting their plight. The witty banter, shared goals, and commitment to each other transformed the show from a reality TV show to a documentary of love. By the end of season 1, Jay and Pamela had become more than just stars. They were ambassadors, role models, and evidence that love grows best when nurtured with authenticity. Marriage is often seen as the beginning of a new chapter, and for Manuel and Pamela Chavez, it was exactly that. A horizon filled with promise, challenges, and goals ready to be unfolded. Their wedding was more than just a ceremony. It was a celebration of strength, culture, and love that has already won the hearts of millions on TLC's Jay and Pamela. They were ready for the big day with the cameras present. The wedding was filled with vivid Mexican-American traditions, from Pamela's history, stunning decor, touching family blessings, and music that told stories through the generations. Jay was a character, and he really added a touch of elegance and flair to the day to make sure it reflected both their personalities. And together, they created a wedding that was not a spectacle, but a statement of unity. Fans saw them exchange wedding vows, not of love, but of facing life's challenges together. Marriage was more than passion for a couple living with osteogenesis imperfecta. It meant creating a partnership strong enough for hospital visits, surgeries, and the daily grind of brittle bones. But the joy beaming on their faces was proof that love conquers all obstacles. The show was about the new frontiers post-wedding. We see them move in, furnish their new house, make plans for their future. Pamela's lovableness balanced Jay's creativity, and their house was a cheerful, inviting place. TLC also pointed out that their story was not a fairy tale, but a true story of two people building a life together. It discussed career ambitions, family planning, and the need to advocate for those with disabilities. Fans have been encouraged by their honesty that marriage is not about perfection, but it is about teamwork. Every reality program has a moment, the one that changes the story from the mundane to the extraordinary. For Jay and Pamela, that moment came when Pamela Chavez and Manuel announced the impending arrival of their first child. The news initially surfaced on Instagram when Pamela posted a smiling selfie of herself and Jay, both beaming with obvious happiness. Simple, yet so eloquent, the caption. A sincere message thanking followers for prayers and blessings as they prepared to welcome a new life. Within minutes, the post exploded. Fans who saw their journey from marriage to everyday challenges offered comments full of love, encouragement, and joy. For Jay and Pamela, the pregnancy was more than a milestone. It was a win. They had osteogenesis imperfecta and had endured several medical challenges. She had been told she could safely bear a kid, and here she was, glowing with hope and drive. It was more than a baby. It was about challenging expectations, changing stories, and proving that love and resilience can beat even the toughest odds. TLC jumped on the story immediately and made it part of the ongoing story of the show. There were heartening behind-the-scenes episodes. Jay treating Pamela with morning sickness. Pamela setting up the nursery with loving precision. The two of them savoring quiet moments of expectation. These scenes were associated with the viewers who liked their audacity and their frailty. The announcement of the pregnancy also raised broader questions of representation. Fans praised the couple for showing people with impairments can start families, chase their dreams, and live life to the fullest. Jay and Pamela was praised by advocacy groups as a revolutionary series that defied preconceptions and offered minorities, normally disregarded in mainstream media, the attention they deserve. Pregnancy is sometimes described as a journey, and for Manuel and Pamela Chavez, Those 9 months were a season of anticipation, hope, and quiet courage. After their emotional announcement, Jay and Pamela settled into their new routine, enjoying the beautiful moments of expecting a child while also handling the reality of everyday life. Pamela had a glow about her that could not be denied. Fans followed her, graciously embracing the changes, sharing candid updates on social media and on the show. Jay was the support buddy as always, her rock. He brought her to doctor appointments, helped prepare meals when she was too tired, and spent hours arranging the nursery with elegance and love. Their partnership was a reminder that love is more than romance. It's about showing up for each other in little everyday ways. But it was hard to wait. Pamela had osteogenesis imperfecta and had to watch for the complications of pregnancy. But rather than being scared, the pair chose to be resilient. TLC recorded Pamela enjoying a break after long days, Jay reading to her belly out loud, and the two of them laughing, fighting their cravings and sleepless nights. Audiences related to these moments, recognizing not only a reality show, but a symbol of bravery. Excitement grew as the months went by, surrounded by family and friends with prayer and support. And the gifts, the cards, and words of love from fans turned their voyage into a community celebration. They were raw, and that made them relatable to their audience, making everyone feel like they were part of the drama. By the 8th month, the nursery was done, soft blues and whites, tiny clothes folded neatly, a cot waiting for its occupant. In that room, Jay and Pamela would sit and fantasize of the future, whisper dreams for their kid. It wasn't a room filled with furniture, but with optimism. After months of waiting, the time has arrived. Pamela Chavez gave birth to a healthy baby boy, and the world of Jay and Pamela will never be the same. The birth episode was one of the most dramatic events in TLC history. Manuel was captured on camera, nervously going through the hospital corridors, his usual cool and composed demeanor giving way to a mixture of excitement and terror. And even at her most frail, Pamela exuded the strength that had distinguished her since the outset. The milestone was more profound because of their shared tenacity, born of a life with osteogenesis imperfecta. Jay's eyes filled up when the first cry of the infant echoed in the room. He bent over Pamela and whispered words of gratitude and love. It was not just the coming of a child to them, it was the culmination of faith and courage, a love tale that had already transformed the lives of millions. And the couple didn't keep fans waiting long to find out. They shared adorable shots of their baby, all bundled up in a nice blanket on Instagram, and typed out a request for prayers and blessings. The post was filled with thousands of comments within hours. Fans from all around the world congratulated the couple and wished the best for the future of their child. TLC commemorated the occasion in its own manner, giving the couple $12,000 in help. The network promoted the birth as not just a story point, but a victory of the human spirit. Viewers saw Jay and Pamela holding their newborn with grins brighter than ever before, with a bond deeper than ever before. The birth episode was a cultural occasion. The pair were praised by advocacy groups who claimed that persons with disabilities can have children and succeed. Fans called it the most beautiful reality TV moment this year. But for Jay and Pamela, this was just life, raw and true and full of love. The internet was abuzz with joy when Manuel and Pamela Chavez posted the first pictures of their newborn kid. In their Instagram image, Pamela was cradling the newborn while Jay leaned in with a proud smile, a charming shot that was more than just a family update. This was a celebration that drew devotees from the far corners of the world to join in the festivities. The comment area was filled within hours. Well wishes came from fans across the United States, Mexico, Europe, and beyond. Messages included simple congrats, features notes of deeply personal reflections, parents who had experienced similar struggles, couples who looked at Jay and Pamela as role models, and viewers who admitted the show changed their perspective on love and resilience. Their announcement became a worldwide event because of the affection they got. The celebration continued on TLC's official channels with clips of the couple's journey. News of Pamela's pregnancy, Jay's unwavering support, and the emotional event of the birth was all over social media. Fans took to hashtags such as hashtag Jay and Pamela Baby Joy and hashtag Love Without Limits to make the milestone a trending topic. More amazing was the number of voices that were joining in. Advocacy groups lauded the duo for breaking down barriers and showing that parents with impairments can be successful parents. Reality TV fans loved the show for its honesty, labeling it the truest love story on TV. Even celebrities chimed in with private messages of support and public congratulations. Jay and Pamela were welcomed with great fanfare. In tweets that followed, they thanked people and said the love and prayers from around the world made their journey even more significant. The way they opened up was more than entertainment. It seemed like family. It connected with the audience in a manner. Jay Manuel and Pamela Chavez's baby son was a big deal for the pair, and one that TLC opted to commemorate in a very special way. The couple shared the news with fans around the world, and the network airing Jay and Pamela celebrated the birth of their child with a nice gesture, a $12,000 present. Not just a cash donation, but a symbolic one. TLC has long presented Jay and Pamela as more than entertainment. The event was an ode to resilience, love, and representation. When the network offered the gift, they watched the couple's journey and renewed their resolve to aid them behind the cameras. The moment was captured on the broadcast, portraying the real shock of Jay and Pamela. Jay, a notorious quick draw with his witty rejoinders, was momentarily at a loss for words. Pamela's eyes were brimming with tears of admiration. Their response was a reminder that even the most famous of reality stars can be humbled by kindness. There was no luxury, no excess. It was about acknowledgement. It was a gesture of, your story matters. We're blessed to be a part of it. Fans responded with gusto. The choice saw TLC showered with appreciation on social media, with many saying the gift was a sign to the network's admiration for the couple's authenticity. Some admirers even said the act set a precedent for how reality TV should treat its artists, not as commodities, but as people whose lives need dignity and support. To Jay and Pamela, the $12,000 donation was about more than money. It was a relationship with TLC that was more than contracts and shows. It was a reminder that their journey mattered, that their love was being honored and their future supported. With the arrival of their baby boy, Jay Manuel and Pamela Chavez had entered a new chapter of life, one filled with hope, responsibility, and objectives that went far beyond the limelight of TLC's Jay and Pamela. The couple's emotional moments of adjusting to parenting were caught on tape. Jay, the quick-witted star who used to ooze confidence, seemed gentler now. His energy poured into late-night feedings and lovely lullabies. Pamela accepted her new role with dignity, beaming motherly tenderness as she juggled recovery with the joy of motherhood. They made a rhythm together, the rhythm of family life, hectic and joyful. Gifts, prayers, and touching remarks continued to flow in from admirers rallying behind them. The groups complimented their openness, saying their journey broke down biases and inspired many families living with handicap. For Jay and Pamela, that support was more than just encouragement. It was a reminder that their story is now a beacon of representation and persistence. Looking to the future, the pair was forthright about their hope. They envisioned a world where love and acceptance would triumph over prejudice, and where their son's future would be filled not with limitations, but with possibilities. TLC teased more episodes to come, giving viewers a taste of their changing family life. And so, the journey of Jay Manuel and Pamela Chavez enters a new era, one defined by parenthood, resilience, and hope. Their story has already inspired millions, but the question remains, what do you think the future holds for Jay, Pamela, and their newborn son? Will their love continue to redefine reality TV, or will their legacy shine brightest beyond the cameras? Comment now. More update. We're diving into the inspiring and emotional journey of Jay and Pamela as they open up about love, marriage, parenthood, and their dreams of starting a family. From a surprising birthday moment to serious baby planning conversations and the challenges surrounding their genetic disorder, their story is filled with hope, questions, and unforgettable moments. Plus, they're making history as the first reality series to feature a Black, disabled trans man. So, what's next for Jay and Pamela? Let's find out. On the July 7th episode of Jay and Pamela Season 2, the pair becomes serious about their desire to become babies. When Jay, Manuel, and I started dating, I had no plans to be a mother, Pamela Chavez tells Swoon exclusively in the preview. I think I'm so used to hearing no that maybe I've just gotten accustomed to say no to myself, and I don't want to do that anymore. I'm open to it, she admits. Jay and Pamela both have a rare brittle bone disease called osteogenesis imperfecta type 3. So, before the couple think about their choices for starting a family, Pamela says, I have to figure out what my body can and cannot do. There's so many things that we still have to figure out before being parents, she adds. Not only bodily, but emotional. And that's sort of scary. Jay's ready to be a dad, she continues. But am I ready to be a mother? We're not new to really big conversations, and this is just one more conversation, the pair previously told Swoon. Pamela explained, when you have children in our life, it's a constant conversation, maybe even dating back to when we were dating. I think we've been back and forth about it. We've been looking at our options. We've been trying to figure out when is the perfect time. I think it's honestly been really cool to even talk about this, Jay said Swoon, because I feel like, at least for myself, to go from never even thinking I would get married to anyone to talking about growing a family is a super nice place to be in. It's a constant conversation that we're actually even thankful to even be able to explore and even discuss. That's a huge conversation in season 2, Pamela hinted. The conversations about parenthood, being newlyweds, trying to find what family means to us, what our future looks like, and growing our family other than just our dog Cheddar. Cheddar is fantastic, but I don't know whether she wants to be the only child or not. Pamela wants some spicy action with surprise birthday gift for her husband Jay. Jay and Pamela's season 2 offers fans an inside look at the couple's new life together. And thus, the viewers were able to observe all the fun and antics the couple had. It's really endearing the fandom to them, this new confidence and excitement about what they've done. Thus, they have expressed their satisfaction to see Jay and Pamela succeed in life while following their ambitions. Recent episodes have been focused on their opportunity to break out at New York Fashion Week. The couple had modeled their first runway show. Then it was Jay's much-awaited 30th birthday. Pamela had gotten a surprise gift for her spouse and was hoping for some unusual action. Jay and Pamela certainly had turned a few heads with their outstanding runway performance, so they were inundated with well-wishers and fans. The fandom loved the couple's desire to go the extra mile to seize opportunities they hadn't been able to before. The latest episodes have seen the couple reveling in their new direction and successes. Jay and his family shared a sweet moment later in the film when they all learned that Jay's 30th birthday was fast approaching. His family is probably really excited about his 30th birthday. This is because his doctor thought he would barely survive to his 3rd birthday. Pamela had a great surprise in store for her husband to make his birthday a memorable one. Jay and Pamela had been excited over the upcoming 30th birthday in recent episodes of season 2. Pamela also went above and beyond to provide a memorable surprise for her husband's big day. The reality TV star wanted to bring some more craziness to her husband's big day. She opted to get a Brazilian. In a recent preview of the episode, she also spoke about how terrible it had been. The TLC star also said her crotch felt like it was burning. So she hoped her husband would pretend to admire her lady down there in response to this tasty surprise. When she got back from her appointment, she gleefully divulged the wax appointment. But at first, Jay could not make out where the waxing was put. He thought it was her eyebrows. Pamela grinned and mocked that it was more than just her eyebrows. Jay was surprised to find this out. He was pretty excited to hear about this pleasant surprise. Also, his confessional made it obvious that he was excited. To his disappointment, they had to wait a whole day after the wax appointment before anything hot could happen. But Pamela looked at her husband and did not touch him. Jay reddened and replied after a quick look that he loved it. Pamela laughed at his red cheeks and was also pleased with his answer. Jay and Pamela have started baby planning. Will they be able to conceive with their genetic disorder? Main characters Jay, Pamela J. Manuel, and Pamela Chavez were both made famous by the show. They were married and went live with viewers hunting for a new house. Everyone was watching the plots. Are they already planning to have kids? What is common with Jay and Pamela is that the third form of osteogenesis imperfecta is a rare hereditary condition. That's what their bones are like. This condition is sometimes called brittle bone disease. Having been through similar situations, they became closer, and love formed between them. Jay and Pamela have bones that are brittle and break easily. Both of them use motorized wheelchairs due to their disability. Their bones ached from walking. They are of great interest to many people, especially those who want to have additional children, even if they have health problems. They may also have inherited the disease from either or both parents. Jay and Pamela had dated for 5 years before breaking up. After a year of online interaction, Pamela decided to move in with his parents. They have promised to stick together in spite of their previous sicknesses. Jay's physicians gave him 5 years to live. The experts had given Pamela less than a year to live. They carried on via anything thrown at them. More than 400 bones have been shattered so far. They are looking for a new home, but for now, their health is the most important thing. Even the most basic objects can break bones. They merely want to be happy and healthy and be together forever. Now that they are getting married, many are asking if Jay and Pamela will be starting a family. If either gene is mutated, they are unable to manufacture collagen. Connective tissue in the body is held together by collagen. That is why their bones are so brittle and so easily broken. Even simple things like rolling over in bed or walking can cause bone fractures. Osteogenesis imperfecta, type 3 patients are thought to be able to become pregnant. The woman's capacity to become pregnant and have children depends on the symptoms and the duration of the disease. If both parents have the illness, there is a 50% chance the child will inherit OI. Pamela and Jay OI Parade also said the two talk a lot about having kids. They talk about it at least once a day. They're not ready to have a family just yet. This is how their family operates. They take things one step at a time. No kids are excluded at all, Pam said. They are taking their time. She knows the scale of the assignment. She doesn't know what to do because she often does things she knows she shouldn't. We want a family, Jay said. They have been made proud parents to their dog, a puppy called Cheddar. He led them all down the aisle. Pamela had been talking to Jay online for a year before moving in with his parents. The pair are testing out being parents. Jay and Pamela marks history with the first reality series to feature a Black disabled trans man. Jay and Pamela's show is transforming the face of TV. The show, which airs on TLC every Tuesday at 10/9C, features J. Thomas Manuel and his companion Pamela Chavez. They are a couple and the latest additions to the TLC family. Both have osteogenesis imperfecta type 3, which makes their bones brittle. Their bones are frail and are likely to break even when they are only walking, so they use motorized wheelchairs. Jay and Pamela are already fragile from their lack of collagen. Collagen plays a vital role in the creation of new tissues and the maintenance of a healthy body. But they are out there trying to make a life despite their handicaps. Jay and Pamela met online and dated for over a year. Pamela's next move was to move in with Jay and his family. They did get married. If everything goes well, they may also be able to have a child. So far, they have a dog and are chronicling history. Jay and Pamela only want to be normal people, yet there are lots of things they can't do. They were grocery shopping not long ago. Jay says, always out of their reach, so they always carry a stick. People in their lives may or may not help at different times. Pamela always said onions were too heavy whenever she ate them, but the two tried their best to get all the items on the list. Even Pamela went to get some chicken, but it was so far up she couldn't see it. Finally, with some help, they completed their shopping. As far as we know, no other pair has ever had a reality TV series like Jay and Pamela. The show made history as the first reality show to have a Black trans guy with a disability as a star. Pamela is a homosexual Mexican American, and Jay is a trans Black man. They have a shared disability, they met online, and connected over mutual interests and aspirations. Jay and Pamela's shortcoming won't stop them from living their lives to the utmost. Jay is a professional content developer, advocate, and producer who writes under the name Mini Producer. E smashes milestones as the first transgender man of African heritage to host his own reality show. He's the front man. We didn't see people like me in leadership when I was growing up, Jay remarked. He wanted to change the story. Jay is committed to improving the media representation of LGBTQ+ and disability identities. This is not a performance for him, but an opportunity to shine. Jay's also great in disability advocacy. He is proud to be with a queer woman, Pamela. She is a first-generation Mexican-American and an advocate for the disabled. They both have identical aspirations toward achieving famous. Just because one of them is unwell doesn't imply their personal lives are affected. They want to live a normal life as everyone else does. We want to have kids and have fun, they remarked. Between the two of them, OI has shattered around 400 bones. They have been suffering from the disease since birth, therefore it is a lifelong disease. The bones of patients with OI are so weak that they often break bones repeatedly. People of identity, especially those on the LGBTQ+ spectrum, are underrepresented in television series. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.